Hello Darts Nuts, welcome to Darts Review channel. You may have seen Shot Darts have got a new launch and a very fancy looking sets of darts they've got as well. Now it's a new theme called Badlands and it's almost like a Mad Max style theme with these kind of comic book characters, a bit like a video game as well. And they've got this new packaging, and as you can see you've got like these graphical kind of pictures on. They've got new cases. I think there's another case, but I've got this one in the best colour, which is obviously green. We know it's the best colour, don't we? But if you're not a fan of really fancy machine barrels and coatings, then they may not be for you, but if you are, then you're going to be in for a treat. So that's the Badlands, and that's the case that comes with them. I've also got some more things to show you, but the little brochure that they have showing you the darts, even that is like a little comic book, and it has all like these little stories, backstories for the characters and themed with the darts and what have you. So they've really gone to town on the theme on this one. But they've also got a new dart for the Gnarly series, and these are called the Smasha. Now on the box it says grip rating 7 out of 5, so I'm guessing it's very grippy, but I'll tell you if it is or not. And they've also come out with a new special edition set for the Celt range, and these are really nice. Got a very nice blue and green coating on. Did I ever mention blue and green's my two favourite colours, but green's my favourite. But that's the special edition kind of barrel like they did last year with the, was it the Odin? I won't put that back on because I'll probably rip it or something. And they've also got a set of Collab darts. Now if you follow this guy on X, Josh Pearson, then you'll know all about that. It's actually a really nice dart. Only problem is he's got it in the colours of his footy team, which is not green, so I'm obsessed with green, but I've saved the best till last, and this proves that they do listen and they do learn. They've come out with some airfoil in the best colour ever invented, green. I'm only joking. Let's check them out. Well, I'm sure you were all waiting to see the green moulded flights first. I know you're so impatient because you all love green. But I've already reviewed the airfoil, so it's no point me reviewing them again, but it's nice to see them in green. So that's the airfoil molded flight. It's actually quite a nice flight actually. And I've also reviewed the tactical dart cases before, but I'll give you a quick look at it. Now as you can see on the back there, it holds two sets of darts, but again in a nice design with this new Badlands theme. What does it say? Born to ride, built to wreck. And there you go. Again, nice green colour, and it's got this dense foam inlay and the section there for holding your darts in, and that I think is stuck down. And you've got plenty of compartments there for stems and flights and what have you, but I've already done a review of them, so I won't be reviewing them again, but that was just a quick look. So with the darts, I'll just give you a quick look at the new packaging, and then I'll get the darts out and give you a closer look. So they've come out with the new packaging for all the darts, and these are the Badlands. That's the Krush. Got the pictures of the darts on the back, like, but like I say, they've come out with a really involved theme this time, kind of like Mad Max almost, kind of characters and what have you, what you might find in a video game basically. Oh, sorry, that was the Sheriff, I didn't say what it was. And that's the Tova, but I'm going to get them all out and show you a close-up of each. And that's the Rustin, some really fancy machining on that. And the Josh Pearson 180 in his team colours, which is Burnley. I don't know if that is in Lancashire, isn't it? Burnley. I don't know if that's how they talk there, but but that's the sky blue and claret. And the Merlin packaging. If you open that up, you see, and there you get extra stems and flights, but really nice packaging. So I'm going to get them all out and show you a close-up now. Right, so first up we've got the Josh Pearson dart, and I think this one's actually quite nice. It's got a nice feel to the grip. There's definitely some grippiness on those sections, not overly grippy. I think it's just coming more from the width of the gaps in between, because they're kind of like curved rings, and then that section there just adds a nice reference point and a nice bit of grip on that. And it's got the micro grooves on them, so you get a little bit grippiness from there, but it just has a nice feel to it. So I have to see how they go when I throw them. But that's the colours of his football team, Burnley, claret and sky blue, and that's that. So that's a collab dart between Shot and Josh on X and wherever else he is. And this is the Gnarly Smasha. Now it's giving it a rating of 7 out of 5 for grip, and I don't know, maybe it's a bit over enthusiastic. It is quite grippy, but I think it depends on how you hold the dart really, because I think for some people it'll probably feel too grippy, and others it may just be kind of normal. But it's the way the grip is. It's kind of like not so grippy as it goes that way, but then as you go that way then you start to feel some bite, so it may feel different when I come to throw it, but I'm not sure it's as grippy from first impressions as what the box says. But that section does feel rather nice even so, and got a nice front weighted feel. That's again, I'm looking forward to trying that. But that's the Gnarly Smasher, and this one is the Krush. Now at first impression it just looks like a normal ring grip, but these rings are kind of angled like a shark grip. I actually find this in some parts more grippy than them Smasher, but like I say, a lot depends on how your fingers get the sensation of the grip. But there's kind of like angled edges on this, so that's what I'm feeling there. And things are often quite different when you come to throw them, because obviously when you're holding it like this you tend to put your pressure on too much, and sometimes you get a false impression to what it is when you're just holding it lightly in your fingers for a throw. Now this one actually feels a nice balance there around the mid part, so might be a nice one for mid grip as that. So that's the Krush. So next we've got the Tova, and that's got a nice edged point with it as well, and it looks to be a slightly bulbous kind of shape there. That's kind of like parallel and then kind of bulbous front, but not overly done. So again, feels rather nice. That kind of feels like a straight barrel dart really, but obviously as you can see it's slightly front weighted. It's just the way the subtle grip comes out, but that's quite nicely machined again. Interesting grip on that one, and although it looks super grippy, it's probably not as grippy as it looks. I think it's again depending on how your fingers sit across the grip, and these sections are kind of like almost like scallops, so you're not getting the bite from them edges as much. You're feeling like these slightly wider rings which are not as edgy, but still quite a pleasant feel that. And that one might be a nice one for rear grippers who like a slightly front weighted style, but looking forward to trying that one as well. So that's the Tova. Alright, next we've got the Sheriff, and this is a front weighted style. Now at first glance it kind of looks as if it's a straight ball, but it is slightly wider on the bottom, and it's got a very nice black and gold tie colour. And again, that one's quite grippy, kind of reminds me of another one of the Shot barrels. I can't remember which one it is now, but I'll probably find out in time when I do the review. But yeah, that's a nice feeling grip that, and quite edgy. And the rear section again got a fair bit of grip. I'm not sure how long this dart is, but it looks quite a long barrel. But there's sections where you could choose anywhere basically, kind of front and mid. You get that kind of nice grippy part, and then the rear section's a little bit less grippy. So that's the Sheriff again, neat looking barrel. And next we've got Rustin, and it looks really good, that the way the light kind of interacts with that colour. And it's kind of like a deep orange, but when you hit the light on it, it goes like a pale orange. But this has got some really fancy grip on it as well. I mean, it's like wide angled shark grips, but kind of cut into like arrow shapes. And again, when you go that way, not a lot of grip, but when you go that way, you can feel it bite. So definitely some nice push points on that. Probably a good one for mid to rear grippers, I think. It's got quite a nice shape to the barrel as well. So that's, I can't stop doing that, it looks good. So that's the Rustin. And next it's the Merlin. Now this is quite a sleek looking dart, and it's got some really interesting machining on this. I wouldn't have a clue how to describe some of the grips on this. You start off with this section where it's got like beveled rings and then thin double rings with a nice green coating there, and again good level of grip. But then as you get onto the rear, I mean, how do you describe that? It kind of like bulges out a little bit as well there, and then on the very end you've got a kind of a shark style grip, but that kind of acts like a little push point as well, so it might be a nice one for rear grippers. But quite a sleek looking dart, but really fancy machining on it. So there you go, that's the Merlin. Right, so there you go, that was just a preview of all the new shot darts that have just been released. So I will be doing the reviews as soon as possible, so look out for them. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well, because I might just do a random giveaway and you won't want to miss that. So some really nice sets there from Shot, and great new theme with the Badlands. That's the end of the video. I'll see you in the next one. Happy darting.